Alright guys, we are continuing Unit 7, Lesson 5B. So this is Part 2. So if you're watching this first, go back and look for the one that's Part 1. So again, don't watch this unless you watched Part 1 of Lesson 5B. Okay, so we explained that basically what we do when we multiply this is we do exactly this order. We take the 2x, distribute it here. We take the -3 and distribute it there. We multiply everything out. Then we add these two together and get the middle. So we're going to do the exact opposite. We're going to take this and multiply it by that and get -12. Then we're going to find the factors of this -12 that add or subtract to get to the middle term here, 1. So 4 minus 3 makes the 1. So that's where these come from. Now I can factor out a GCF, 2x. Factor out a GCF of these, -3. And then when I'm left, notice that these are the same, so I pull those out to there, and then I make the -3 and the 2x the other binomial. So that's what we're going to try now, okay? So, again, this stuff should have been all covered up, but that's all right. This will save us some time. So I took the 3x times the -8 and got the -24. Then I did all the factors of -24, and I need to get -2. So you can see down here, that should work since I'm subtracting, and I want -2, so it'd be a +4 minus 6. Okay, so now we're not going to factor. Remember, we're rewriting this trinomial into a 4-part. So we're not going to change this or this. We're going to make the -2x out of the +4 minus 6. So see this? This would make the -2x. So we're just expanding this -2x into two terms. Now, and it doesn't matter if you put the 6 or the 4 first. It doesn't matter as long as the signs are the same. Notice that this has to be a +4 and this has to be a -6. So if I would have put -6 here, +4 there, it still works. Notice that you have to have the x's here. Okay, so again, we're not factoring. This thing should make that if you combine these together. Now we're going to take the GCF of this. So hopefully you can see the only thing these have in common is an x. Then we take the GCF of this term, and you should always pull negatives out when you can. So the -2 goes into both of those. And look, when you're done, these binomials should be the same thing. If they're not, you did something wrong. Now these two exact binomials turn into this one. Then I take this part here, and this part here, and there we go. If you notice, this was the example from example 1. It came out exactly the same. So I like this process once you learn it. All right, let's try one more and then you'll get to try some. So again, this should have been erased, but that's okay. So you can see this one's harder just because I have to do 6 times 20 and I get 120, and there's a lot of factors, 120. So I'm going to keep the 7 in mind as I go through them, and I just try them all. 1, 2, 3. Use your calculator if you need to. And I can see right here, if I subtract those, I'm going to get 7, and I need to do -8 plus 15. That makes 7. So there's what I'm going to use. Remember, you're not factoring at this point. We're just going to split our trinomial into a 4-part polynomial. And again, these two terms make that one. So that's all you're doing, is you're kind of splitting it up. Then we're going to factor this term. We can see a 2x goes into both of those, and this is what's left over. We're going to factor here. A 5 goes into both of those. And again, look what's left over, exactly the same. So those two become this. The 2x is here, the +5 is there, and there's our factors. So again, once you get this process down, it's pretty easy. It's actually the exact same thing you did on yesterday's lesson, and I could show you that in class. All right, so now it's time for you to practice these on your own. Don't go back and flip it over on the other page. Just do this all by yourself and see what happens. See if you can get this down. So hit pause and try that now, please. Alright guys, how did you do? So the answers are down at the bottom here. So again, look what I did. I did 3 times the 14, got -42. Figured out that 6 times 7 is 42, and -6 plus 7 gets to 1, which is the middle term. Then remember, I'm going to split this trinomial into a 4-part polynomial with the -6x and +7x. And then I GCF these two. Then I GCF these two. And then again to combine them. Okay, same process here. First, third term multiply, get -36. 9 times -4 is -36, and 9 minus 4 is 5, which is our middle term. Now I took the 9x here, the -4x there, Remember, you're leaving the first and third term the same. Now GCF this, 3x goes into both of those. GCF this, negative 2 goes into both of those. And again, those are the same. So I took this and this. There's that first one, and there's the second one. So hopefully that went okay. It really doesn't matter which method you like. What you should do is get good at one of them and just stick with that one. So maybe tomorrow practice both and then figure out which one you like better. All right, we'll see you in class.